a lot of reasons, chief among them my boredom with industry trends, I tend to gravitate toward video games with artistic ambition. Whether that ambition succeeds or not is, of course, an issue, but if a game is at least trying to do something different, to create some unique aesthetic experience, it at least gets my attention. If I want realism, I go outside. Outside does it a lot better than video games. And besides, why strive for realistic facial animations when you're free to create things like this? And I guess this is actually the easiest way to reference this. It's a nice, ambiguous pronoun that provides no connotation and allows this to explain itself on its own terms. But for the purposes of, game review, I guess this is like Pac-Man, only in wall-less mazes that spin. And if, when finished, Pac-Man ate them. Of course, we can't very well spend an entire review using just pronouns, so this is actually called, and how awesome is this, CATBALL Eats It All. It comes from the team over at Broken Compass Studios. That's a second awesome name, and in addition to proving Broken Compass Studios has an outstanding naming department, this also suggests they appreciate a bit of irony, because Broken Compass Studios definitely has the right direction. Well, the first thing that strikes you about CATBALL Eats It All is that it is, for lack of a better phrase, really f***ing bizarre. And that f***ing bizarreness has two primary roots, the objective and the appearance. You are CATBALL, and like Pac-Man before you, it's your job to eat it all. This is a classic tenet of game design, the idea of collecting all the stuff in a single stage. What makes it interesting in this application is, well, everything. For one, the items have no apparent rhyme, reason, or even continuity. You're eating a bunch of crowns right now, but you'll eat socks in a few minutes. Two, you actually have to eat the entire maze, so even after you've eaten all the stuff, your plate still isn't clean. And three, you can't just take your time. You're under the constant pursuit of a gigantic canine. And if you can't finish before time's up, Dogwall does something terrible. This really separates the game from its inspirations. You have to move fast, and the game does a tremendous job of making you feel the pressure, an effect it pulls off in large part because of its aforementioned style. The level starts to get dark as time expires, which creates a real sense of foreboding. As strange as it may sound, being stalked by Dogwall is genuinely creepy. But it's more than just that which hunts you. CATBALL Eats It All has a surreal art style, reminiscent of Terry Gilliam's animations in Monty Python, only with a darker, almost Alice in Wonderland kind of twist. The characters have a wide-eyed gaze that never breaks, looking out at you from their strange world with an almost deranged stare. This style isn't just memorable, but it also serves a purpose. It creates real tension, and that makes eating it all a bit tougher to swallow. And strange as it may seem, this is also a really challenging game. It's such a unique take on a classic idea, managing to be beautiful, creepy, and fun simultaneously. The touch controls work great, and it's a free download in the App Store with loads of extra levels available as in-app purchases. And for a game like CATBALL Eats It All, that's a price I don't mind paying. Meow.